Mingtepa was
So under the the one people, there were 70 countries.
okay.
I mean cities, not countries. Sorry,
Cities,
70 cities.
500 mingga atrofida 500 ming g'arb bilan sharqni birlashtirgan shahar, ikkovini bog'lagan shahar. Shuning uchun strategik ahamiyatga ega.
They were good at industry, agriculture, and farming, and handicraft.
Okay.
So they, as I told you earlier, they were the big role. They played a big role to connect between West and East.
And that was also the Dublin
Yeah.
civilization.
Siz shu turizm bilan shug'ullanarkansiz. Jahon turizmi uchun bu yer juda muqaddas hisoblanadi va butun insoniyatga taalluqli. Chunki har qanday millat o'zidan faxrlanadi. Aslida 2,5 ming yil avvalgi qilingan insoniyatni shu nimalar hozir ham saqlanib kelyapti va katta ahamiyatga ega. Biz ulardan juda ko'p narsani o'rganishimiz mumkin.
So many countries came here, and he says the people of Daman was so reliable and very what do you say, like who is very respectful for the place, who is very loyal. Yeah. So from the loyalty and everything, these kind of things we can learn from them, and when we exchange history with each other.
Millatlarni hurmat qilishga va shu bilan vatanga kerak bo'lsa, shu jangga qiz bolalarni ham tayyorlashga, urf-odat.
So the culture was very great. So he says we can learn from Daman people the culture, the loyalty, the
roziman, meni sharmanda qilmading, yuzimga yerga qaratmading, bergan oqsimga roziman degan. Hozirgi ayollar aytolmaydi, hammani
look, he says the ladies at the Dawan area in wartime, if they brought their son as a died, as a dead, they didn't used to cry like what happened. Like they used to say, "Thank you, son. You just did some great work. I gave birth to you to protect and to serve to this country, and you did it."
Yoqmasa yetkazmaydi. Shu narsalarni tashkil qilib turistlarga ko'rsatishimiz mumkin.
He says, if lady and the boy is ready to marry, in the past they used to run by horses. So first they let the lady go in front, and the rest of the boys afterwards, and she used to look around. If she doesn't like the person who is coming closer, she used to be like faster. He used to increase the speed. So he says we can rebuild this kind of tradition, kind of just to show for tourists to feel how it was in the history.
Agar kamonda o'qitayotgan, uchib ketayotgan vaqtda ash yetib olgan yigit urib tushirish kerak bo'ladi.
If they reach the lady, they had to be ready for the second challenge. So she used to throw the by the archery, the row, and then the guy has to hit the bow on the air.
Oh my gosh.
So that was the other challenge.
That's pretty difficult.
Yeah.
Bolalar kichkinaligidan ot minishdi.
Not only, but it's made up roses from the history. He says we can just let some people to wear and just ride some horse to feel how it looks like, how it was.
How it experienced.
Yep, the experience.
Experience the history.
Hozir rejalarimiz bor, shu retro shahar qurish, ya'ni shu davrdagi birga bir holat qilib, shu odamlarni shuga joylashtirib chiqib, turistlar ham mashina ichida bir yashab ko'rsin.
They are planning to rebuild the retro city, like exactly the same like the Dawan cities, and to create the areas, the people, and the life, even the air. So that's why the air is clean, and as we just eaten the samsa, gastronomic tourism also was very popular here by their samsa.
Dunyoda yagona tut plantatsiyalari bor. Sayilliga olib kelish mumkin, hatto zo'r. Keyin daraxtlar taraqqiy etgan mamlakat. Nemis xalqini juda bir tartibli, intizomli, hammaga o'rnak bo'ladigan va meditsinasi dunyoga mashhur mamlakat xalqni bilamiz va hurmatimiz juda katta.
So for German country, for German people, German culture, we know them as a very punctual, as a very professional, and they work and very, by the things that they are doing, they know. I mean, he says we know Germany as a professionals, and we respect them as a medicine in the medical industry, also very developed in Germany. Yeah, the repairing and everything. We respect them and we know them.
Shunday mamlakatlar bilan bir do'stlikda yashaganimizdan faxrlanamiz. Doim nemis xalqiga, Germaniyaga bir taraqqiyot yo'lini tilaymiz va sizlarga muvaffaqiyat tilaymiz.
So he says we are very proud that we are working together with these kind of cities, and we are hoping that to do more in the future. So kind of help things together. And he's saying thank you for visiting and working.
Ylab.
Thank you for welcoming
Sizlarga
us.
muvaffaqiyat. Yana o'zbek oshni ham qilib beramiz qolib.
He's inviting you for flow.
We already had the sun song.
Mana o'qiyapti.
Yeah, I know.
So glamping is a little bit more luxurious.
Oh,
like
really?
usually there's like a bed inside, but it's still in nature. But
Oh,
you
I
still
didn't know
have,
that.
yeah.
O'zbekistonda birinchi bo'lib qilyapti.
So that's
like-
the first in Uzbekistan, he says.
Oh, okay,
Maybe
yeah.
that's why I don't know about
So
it.
it's kind of an international word. It's like glamorous camping.
Glamorous.
Like, so
that's
it's glamping, like glamorous.
Glampinglarni qo'yib tashlaymiz qarang.
So you wanna? So this is the whole demo of the city.
64 ta minorasi bo'lgan.
So there were 74 minarets, like in columns. Here.
Tepadan olamiz.
Oh, okay, all the way around. Yeah.
Bu shohda saroyi hozir saqlanib qolingan.
So that's the palace of the king, and still
You can still
exists.
exist. Oh,
Turibdi.
It exists.
Lekin 50-yilgacha ichida 16 ta shunaqa tepaliklar bo'lgan, lekin traktor kelgandan keyin hamma tepaliklar tashlab turib ichiga paxta ekilgan.
There were 16 these kind of places. There were 16 kind of castles, you know. Until 1950, but after that, the Soviet Union, they brought some tractors, you know, and they.
Egasi anaqa bo'lib qo'yilgan, kasal bo'lib vafot etdi.
So you know, every time they want to destroy this castle, the driver gets sick every time. He gets sick. You know,
Oh, like
they were
physically sick. They were.
Yeah,
Okay.
maybe kind of, you know,
Yeah.
by Allah's, you know, they didn't like that. He told about the lady and the boy.
lady and the boy.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Turistlar uchun, ko'rsatish uchun.
Just to show something, you know. And the game called, like, not the game, like ceremony called Chase the Girl.
Chase the girl.
Ko'rinishi qilingan bu yana shu Mingtepani.
So this was the demo picture of the Mingtepa
With the horses.
with the pictures in.
Ichkariga kiramiz.
Yeah.
In whole country, in whole city in Pakistan.
O'sha minoralarga kirishlar.
So these are the bricks they used in the minarets.
Tosh tegirmonlari. Shular bo'lgan.
So the tosh tegirmon.
Chiqaradi.
No, so these ones they used to get flour out of wheat.
Oh,
With this
so they would
stones.
grind it.
Yep, the grinder
Yeah.
of the wheat.
Uni yasashning hozirgi kurallar ham hayvonda juda katta
Wondering how they leave this
Such
kind of
a
big,
Yeah.
such a big
Big
bell jar,
pot.
because they should have a big oven to cook it in.
Yeah.
Because it takes so many hours. You see how thick it
It's
is.
very thick.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Even a small jar. Actually, every jar is drawn as a beautiful picture
On the
outside.
outside.
They find one which is drawn inside.
Oh,
They will
hozir
the quality of the stones.
endi o'rtasida oyoq kiyimlari bular.
So these are the wooden shoes of Middle Ages.
Qadimiy davrlar bular.
Not very comfortable.
Yep.
Yog'ochdan ham. Bu ham yog'ochdan.
So for children,
Oh.
very soft. Nike.
Tosh o'qlari bu maxsus tayyorlangan ekan bular.
So they were customized to throw to the enemies,
Oh.
invaders. Yes, they were actually different shape. They shaped them around so to throw them.
Ayol qahramonlari bular o'rtasida.
So jewelries from Middle Ages, of the ladies.
Ha, haligi xonadon. Tosh bosma, qo'l bosma po'z masalalari bizga kitob qilgan bular. Vosilik xonadon.
They gifted this book. It's about 200 years.
Oh wow.
Goes back to 200 years.
So.
Wooden spoons.
Hop, bular podshohisi, elchisi deyiladi. Kelib shu yerda yashagan, hamma informatsiyani podshohiga, u uyga jo'natgan.
The man called Chan Xiang was the spy of China who lived here and who took all the data from here.
Yeah.
That's the person.
Shoh saroyida Simasian degan yozuvchi turgan ekan, hamma ma'lumotlarni yig'ib saqlab qo'ygan ekan, kitob yozgan ekan, Shiji asarni yozgan ekan.
Okay, that's the person, the writer of the king, who wrote every single detail and information from him and to the book.
O'sha saqlanib qolgan. Aslida bizga Germaniya xalqida kelgan, lekin bizning tariximizda o'sha yozib qo'ygan.
His book was still remains here, exists. As I told you earlier, they came here for with bad, intentions, and they didn't know that they were writing a history.
So their bad intentions turned into something good.
Bichori degan odam tarjimaga qilgan.
So the Bichori is the person who translated from China Chinese to this, our Russian language.
Hop, 36-yillarda mas'ullar kelgan Farg'ona kanalini qazish payti Mingtepani topishganda arxeologik qazishmalar boshlangan. 36-yilda keyin mas'ullar keyin Berishdan kelgan uni shogirdlaridan kelgan Zaniprovskiy kelgan. Hozir buni shogirdi Maqluboyev arxeologik ishlarni olib borishyapti.
So in 1936, the Messens came here to dig a big channel here, and these are the generation, I mean the masters and teachers, like the children, the students, and the last student is Baqajon Maqluboyev. He's still alive and doing so. So now, just they stopped for a couple of time because they're just working on the founds only.
Yeah. To continue.
Yep.
Tarixi haqida kitob yozgan, Manabiga berdik, Sariq asar hamdasi degan tarixiy drama yozgan.
So the person wrote a big novel about the history of that place as well. Yep.
So when did this?
Loy bosgan, fel degan bitta variant bor, ikkinchisida kasalliklar qilgan bo'lishi mumkin degan so'rov bor.
Still, there is no clear fact that where the population went, but there are some thoughts that maybe they were maybe they were the disease, kind of virus or kind of
Kasalliklar qilgan bo'lishi.
kasallik, maybe there's a flood.
Flood.
They have these two thoughts. Maybe one of that happened to the people.
But there wasn't like a war.
No.
Just kind of.
Only by natural diseases.
Urushda hammasini qaytargan ekan. Hamma dushmanni qaytarishgan, kirmagan.
So every time they have any attack, they protect themselves.
Succeeded,
Yeah, they didn't die by war. They died by kind of natural diseases, natural disasters.
Boyagi faqat yaxshilikni va yerda aytgan yaxshilikdan olib kirgani uchun ulardan islom dinini olib kirishgani uchun qabul qilganda ketdi.
So that 7 brothers came here, they brought Islam, so that's why they were very well respected and they were like continued.
Bizda mehmonga kitob bor.
This is the same notebook like the master there.
Amerikada gaplari ham bor ekan.
Oh, do you know the ambassador of US also wrote something? If you want, you can write down some words before.
Please remember.
It's like the official passage.
And he says this is the place of the minister.
Oh, okay.
You're sitting on the minister's chair. Yes.
Bu inson bu narsalarning egasini o'zi o'lib ketgan, shu mana bilgan bedimku. O'zi aslida marhamatli emas. Farzandi aytdiki, meni dadamning narsalarini meni farzandlarim qadriga yetmas ekan. Yo'qotib yuborgan. Faqat qadriga yetgan degan joy mashhur turib, hamma narsasini olib ketdi.
Okay, the owner of all these tools were died, and his son brought everything and served it as a historical kind of, as a respectful item.
Yeah,
so that's why he brought everything which connects to his dad, so that they wouldn't have this kind of things going since then.
To preserve it for the history.
Copper products as a teapot. They use as a teapot.
And you said that they were agricultural, so they were.
Yep.
Vatani shu yer. Bizda otda juda ham yaxshi ko'rishgan, yaxshi bilishgan va shu uyda topishgan. O'shaning uchun bizni askarlarimiz teskari yo'l bilan urushib o'tgan.
You know what is this? You know, right?
I'm thinking
They love horse a lot. They pay attention a lot, and they invented these kind of things.
Wow.
So in order to be easier to ride them, so he says even they were riding horse or vice versa, they could fight with enemies. So they were very good at fighting with this kind of thing.
O'shaning uchun ham hech kimga yenga olmagan. Bu erkaklarga va ayollar uchun.
So these were for men and this was for women.
Ah, the women's were a little bit more
With decorative
Decoration,
and
yeah,
this
exactly.
smaller size.
Okay. Yoqqan bo'ladi.
That's doctor and that's our president.
President visiting.
Yeah, and this is the plan of Mingtepa. So they show it to our president. Yeah.
So is this the open
Gelecekte.
Museum. Yeah, that's they want to cover.
Yeah, to protect it.
Yeah.
That's important.
Well, they're gonna make some hotel as well. Yeah, that's good. And snow things.
Kuydirib yuboradi. Ana temperatura necha bo'ladi-yu? Snow. Telefon qilyapti. Bu yerda maxsus shunaqa bo'lgan yo'lgan bo'yicha. Shunaqa sinov qilish bergan sex.
You know, there is family was doing a hole inside their house. They find about more than 200 pieces of this.
Wow, these little.
And they did some research, and at that place there was a small workshop of mercury
Oh wow,
under their house.
under the house.
Ko'ringlar, bir kirashda o'sha o'toqlar, qumlar, ko'zalar
So soon they're gonna make some more these kind of places in the roadside, right? In the future.
turistlar uchun qilingan.
Only for tourists around Bangladesh.
Bu urushda haligi Xitoy elchisi yozib qoldirgan. O'sha asosda biz yaratganmiz, maketini yaratganmiz.
So this the demo of the small cage that they used in the wartime. So this was copied from the Chinese film. And they read it and they just made demo
Okay.
from the written.
Shumana ichiga kirib boradi, oti ichida. Shumana otga o'qsanchilib qolavergan. Ichkaridan teshiklardan dushmanga qarshi
So this was a protection for against the enemies. So they used to go through inside the war area. So they used to open it like from the top. They used to
With the arrows.
Yep, arrows
Wow,
and
very smart, but then it's protected.
this is the protection of it.
Very
They
good
use it
work.
as a protection.
Yeah, very
tankda prototipi deyiladi.
So this is the kind of first day of tanks.
Yeah,
like
it is.
sort
It's
of kind of demos of how to do that.
Biz kulolchilik maktabini yaratyapmiz. Minorani, o'sha minorasi bilan chizib qo'yishimiz.
So
Ramzini qo'yamiz. Kelajakda.
Not now.
It looks like, and this is the traditional hat.
Ha, bu milliy kiyimi bo'lgan.
Made with
Yep.
like wool or what material? Made
Probably material.
Terida. Karvon yo'lini qilganmiz, aynan Mingtepaga yo'l mana shu yerdan o'tgan. Aynan shu yerdan o'tgan.
You see, they did some demo of the people, the caravan people, and he says the Silk Road was crossed exactly from here,
okay.
exactly here on this
This was part of
under this statue.
Yarab Qirg'izistonga chiqib ketdilar, bilasizmi?
Now this side goes to Kyrgyzstan, that goes to Rgandi.
Ular ham ma'lumot ilmiy asoslangan karvon bo'ylariga haligi
So when you're talking about the Silk Road, what section?
necha asrlar o'sha Silk yo'li deyapti, necha asrlarga bog'langan. Asosan videodan avvalgi 5-asrdan videoda 5-asrlarga kirgan davr bo'lgan.
So from 5th to 5th BC and 80. These are washrooms that are planning to keep outside of the roadside for men and women. Yeah.
Bular ham bepul ishlaydi.
And they also gonna be free.
That's
Because
good.
most of the places they're gonna charge for 1,000 or 2,000, but these guys
These
will
are always free.
Bu yoqqa ham ketgan minoralar soni, bu yoqqa ham ketgan minoralar soniga teng. O'rtadan qilingan.
We're just right in the middle. So the columns, the minarets are same in the both sides, same quantity in the both sides.
Juda katta nima ziyon yetkazishgan. 1000 yillar davomida ishlasa bo'lmagan. Lekin shu 50-yildan keyin juda katta ziyon. You know, in the Soviet Union time, they planned to make bricks. Xo'p, buni olimlar kavlashgan. Bitta minoraning ichidan 4 ta xona chiqadi. Bu yerda bitta. Agar yaxshilab qarasa, bu shinaklari ham bor. Dushmanga qarshi turgan shinak dedim-ku.
So the scholars dig this kind of places just to research. Every this kind of towers used to have 4 rooms, 4 small rooms, and you can see even this kind of pulses like just. If you see there, you can see even. Oh, this lower, you see that? Yeah. Very
To
loyal, and
protect it.
this is father.
Yeah.
Yes.
Xudo xolasa kelajakda boshlandi, mana ish boshlanyapti. Shunaqa restavratsiya qilinadi. Chunki atrofini birinchi o'raladi.
It's an example.
Yeah, example, and
Natural.
you have a feeling like, right?
Yeah.
Usti yopiladi.
So they're gonna tower it on
Yeah.
top.
Yaqlab saqlab qolsin. Shaharda ichi 41 gektar. Bu yoqda yerda 6 metr-ku. Kavlasangiz chiqib boradi shahar.
So 41 hectares around the city, right? As you're digging, as they say, like they're finding more and more things. This kind of.
Kavlangan mana shu yerda ichlarida. Lekin biz yopib qo'yganmiz. Hali yopadilar. Farqimiz hali tushunayotgani yo'q.
So they dig here under the earth.
Bu yoqqa qarab yurib aylanib ketgan shahar.
So from there, as a round shape, we are just here and all around.
64 ta minoradan 56 ta saqlanib qolingan.
So as I told you, there were 64 like minarets.
Chunki birinchi davrda kichikroq qilib qurilgan. Keyin kengaytirib balandroq qilib qurilgan. Dushmanlarning kelgan xavfiga qarab turib yana mustahkamlanib ketilgan.
You know, it took 3 ages to build the city. First of all, it was lower and weaker. As the attackers were remaining more and more, they developed and they get higher walls, stronger protection, depending on the attacks and the enemies.
It was
More is for Great Chinese Wall. Kind of similar design.
chunki buni yoshi qadimiy bo'lsa-ku, Xitoy 2 marta bosib kelgan ololmagan bu minoralarga mustahkamlik yetadi, o'zini yuklab
China, as we heard a lot, China attacked so many times, and then they had an opinion to build the
Built their
walls
own
like this
wall.
to have to remain
Protect.
more and to keep strong. So he says the idea of walls in Great China Wall were
Yeah, because
took
it
from
does.
here.
I've been to the
Yeah,
Great China Wall.
Because
Yeah.
this is much older than Chinese
Chinese
walls.
walls.
They took the design from them. Just they were like imagining to have this
Yeah.
kind of strong walls around the city.
And so then there was also, like you showed, there's water. So they
Yeah,
had to.
actually they were not only one. They have a lot of them, that's why they don't pay attention to
Yeah.
This is the highest. so
Okay.
that they let the people to build some
Build
houses
some
and to live here.
houses.
Actually, the Romanian section stopped just here, ended here.
Oh, okay.
Rest all this way.
Come here,
Yeah.
please. Bittasi Toshtepa, bittasi Mingtepa.
You see that two hills over there, just next to the tree?
Yeah.
So one is Stone Hill, Toshtepa in Uzbek. Another one is Mingtepa. That's I told you,
Oh,
like the ringing. Yeah.
Xo'p, birinchisi bor, o'sha Mingtepa deyiladi. Bu yerda shohda minorasi bo'lgan. Shahardan tashqaridagi minorasi bo'lgan.
So
Shaharda xalqini tomosha qilib turgan,
So
kuzatib
from
turgan.
there, he used to watch the nation, the people,
Ah, okay. So he
all
would live
citizens,
there and then
because it was higher
higher up in
area,
the
so
city.
the city was a bit lower. So he watched the citizens. Have you seen that white?
Yeah,
small
yeah,
house,
this on the
Bir-biriga
He says-
informatsiya berishgan.
Until from there here to until Kyrgyzstan, there are different types of hills. As she said, they used to give signs to each other
Other,
if something happens, like
Yeah.
she said.
Yeah.
Hop. Bu janubiy tarafdagi minorasi qarorgohi bo'lsa shohda. Shimoliy tarafda ham shunaqa qarorgohi bo'lgan. Buni nomini Altepa deyshadi hozir.
So this is the northern side of the castle, and there is one in the southern side. Yeah. So
Bu ham kichkina qarorgoh, shaharcha bo'lgan. Bu Farg'ona bilan Al-Farg'oniyni tug'ilgan yurt hisoblanadi.
o'shadan bor, ha?
Bor.
Haykalning orqasida.
Ha, u emas. Bu tarafda yashagan. Aslida Al-Farg'oniy marhamat bilan Quvonch chegarasida To'rtko'l degan tepaliklari bor, shaharcha bo'lgan. Ashira tug'ilgan. Bu yoqdagini ko'rsatman, Xumlar tepasidagi tepalik bo'lsa, bu bitta Qorol tepa. Bu
We've
yoqda
seen once when we were coming in Marhamat, the hill.
Yes, the hill behind.
That was the first.
Oh, okay. And that's
bor, bu yoqda ham shunaqa balandlik bor.
So there are same hills like this in here and here. That one is here, this one. But this one is this one.
destroyed.
Xitoylarning o'zbek olimlariga o'rganishyapti.
Buni kimdirishga ulgurishdim. Uzbekistan, like for researching association here.
Yeah. Yeah, it says here it
So that's the place that we were.
oh, but we were right over there. Yeah.
We were right here. Now.
Yeah.
So we are here. They're gonna make some restoration here.
Yep.
And here.
And there.
In here. And the castle. This one.
5 places.
Government and
Yeah.
hokimiyat dog'ona ko'proq dog'lasa yordam bersa yaxshiroq. Bizlarni isloh qilib.
Biz keyingi tadbirlarimizda chaqirishimiz mumkin.
So for the next festival, tashkilotga ko'rsak,
Kamchilik bo'lmasa uzr.
qani urgancha bo'lsa, qo'qodimiz shunday qaytsa kerak.